So, for the ones that don't know, my name is António Aragão, Aragão, wherever I go on the web, including Drupal.org. And once upon a time, I had a beer, and that should be enough about me, because now today I will tell you how to create dynamic views, menus, listing web forms. Something that should be easy to do with Drupal, it's not. So I'll not only show you how to do it, but I want also to show some of the blocks that I've found along the way. Maybe I get some developers here inspired in change a few things to make it easier. I'm not a developer, I'm just a website builder, so I've come. The idea to do this was when I was building the website for this event, the Open Source Software Festival, and I wanted to create web forms as infrastructure. Most of you probably know that web forms can be used as infrastructure and as content. But content on Drupal is not so easy to export. And I had no use to it. So my main goal was to build web forms as infrastructure from my local machine and then export it to the website. Not always works. So it has to be easy to export, and it had to be dynamic. I don't want to do this manually, of course, for once. And of course, not being a developer, everything had to be done on the UI. So for this presentation, I created a blank Drupal website because the other has too many things. So I've created 3 roles that I used on the website: communities, partners, and sponsors. I create some users, and then I would install it, the web form, of course, not the web form node, because that's one that to create web forms as content. And of course, from UI to build web forms and the integrations with views. I created 3 web forms, one for each community, and pay attention to the machine name that I gave, because at the time I didn't know, but this would be very important. Okay. I also used some categories, but actually it doesn't seem to perform anything. Don't know why. Maybe for developers, because on the UI I couldn't make a single filter using categories. So I started creating a view, and for my surprise, there was web form submissions, but no web forms to list. So I spent lots of time trying to find the right model, which is configurations entity view, that then allow me to have web forms on that list. That was the first blocker. So then I had a view with Webforms. I create a block on a grid. And in my use case, I wanted to show all the waveforms. I didn't want to limit the number. And finally, I can start configuration of the waveform. So I started with settings to change the grid. Just one column on vertical, because I want to put it on the sidebar. That's the preview. Not beautiful. There's the 3 waveforms that I created, and plus default one for contact. Then I started by changing the axis, of course, for roles. Put all the roles that I wanted, communities, partners, and sponsors. And then I had to start filtering these waveforms. And my surprise, again, as I said, I tried by categories, didn't find. Okay, maybe categories are taxonomy. Fine, nope, nothing there. Okay, by roles, no. Well, Webform doesn't call them like roles or permissions, it calls like access, right? So I try access. Okay, found something. It is all about messages and labels. Not useful. What could I do? Okay, maybe there's no roles there on the filters because I need a relationship, right? Let's add one. There's no one, no, nothing there. So what would you do? Right? So, okay, after some thinking, I decided to use the field that was already there. That was the machine name. Okay, let's add a filter for machine name that ends on the role that I wanted. That's why that name of the waveform was so important. Okay? Otherwise, I couldn't filter it. Okay? But that's the result, the preview. But that means that I need a block for each role. So I had to build one for each role. And then another filter that starts with event registration, because I don't want the contacts to appear or any other. That I could, in the future, I can build other web forms for communities and partners and sponsors, so ending with those words, but for different things. So, and after that, another filter for status, because I only want the web forms that are open. Okay? No interest in listing closed ones. I did spend some time here, well, not much, because I was hoping, I was trying to put some missing the word. No, it's well, I was hoping for a Boolean number or so, and it was a string. Fine. So logic is done, and going back. And I had to change the axis for each row. Okay. Now the preview list is listing the right one. But it's still ugly. I can't present this, right? So I did some configuration on the field. On the rewrite rules, I have rewrite the output of the field with custom text. And I also enabled how to put this field as a custom link to put there a link for the right web form using the ID. And to make it a bit more beautiful, there's a link class button in this case, and this is the result. I removed the filters to present all of them in this case. So now I put them on each block on the block layout, and configure each one for each row, remove the title, and now I'm testing it. I use Masquerade. It works very well to try the website with different users without having to log in, log out, or whatever, creating logins. And there's the button on the right sidebar that takes to the right form. So this allows me to export it easily with Drush Sex, using Drush Sync to synchronize everything with the online website and import it, and it's done. Any questions, suggestions how to do it differently? I don't know. I know, but I'm not a developer. But if you know how to do it in code, could you just change something on one of these modules, maybe to, I don't know, to show on the list of the web forms on the list instead of only web form submissions? If I activate the web form node, it appears, but lists the content. The web form is created as content.
If I were to solve this same problem as a method, so not as a developer, it seems to me that we took a very long route, right?
Maybe.
To get to a place where essentially you have a blockchain link, right? So if we were to create 3 different blocks with one linking to web form,
and if I had another web form, it will appear automatically? No.
Okay. Good point.
Dynamically. Has to be dynamic. I want to do this once, you know.
On the other hand, you could do it the other way around.
Okay.
For instance, if you started building the view via web form submission, right? So if you started from the web form submission, you could create a relationship with the web form configuration entity, and then use the link to the web form configuration entity. You multiply mostly similar tactics to build the forms that you want. You could do it the other way around. And you could add an exception case of in case there are no web form submissions, so in case no one has replied or submitted your web form, right? You could do the exception of showing the
Web form.
option. There are many different ways of skinning the cat.
I guess. You are probably more experienced than me.
It's not a matter of experience. I mean, it works. It works. It works. Fine. But yeah, I mean, if you ask any other person for a different approach, probably you'll find different approaches.
Yeah. That's another one.
Yeah, I remember this. I was thinking. I remember this thread on the Telegram channel. think it's a very creative way of doing it and learning to. That's the first thing, because you hit problems and then you ask the question, why this doesn't work. And for example, for Webforms, Webforms are config and views are a link to the database. Normally, link to database, linking to config is kind of hacky, which is not bad, but it's the way it is. So it's a different approach of doing things. Normally, on the real world, when we have not a lot of time to do it, we just use nodes. We just go on the live server, create web forms there. The nodes link web forms. They will be shown up as regular views. And then if we want to use them in a staging environment, we will download the database and basically we just create them on the fly.
And another note on top of this, it's perfectly fine and valid to stay away from content, right? If you're trying to build it, it's actually a clever way of not having to deal with content. But another suggestion is there are modules that allow you to sync content as well.
Now there's the default content.
Not just the default content. For instance, if you were to create, there's a module called, I think it's called content sync. I'm not sure.
Yes.
I think there's a module called content sync, or even menu sync, that allows you to create. You can easily create from the web form you want. You can create a menu link to any menu that you have on your Google setup, right? And then you can export.
I did explore some of those.
Content, right? Menus are configuration. Links are content.
I did explore some of those modules. I found something missing in all of them, or maybe my fault, or maybe there's not enough videos or how to do things. Maybe it's a problem of documentation. If you ask me, many modules, I think that they should have like a video showing things, or some of them, most of them have old pictures, I don't know, from Drupal 8 or even before that, I don't know. You know, so as I work alone by myself, you know, so if there's no videos or how to do these things, I have to find it by myself, you know, which takes a long time. So something else? Okay, thank you all.